What's up, YouTube? This is Fedelox from Agony Build, bringing you an Elixir build. This build is crazy. I've been owning people left and right with it, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right down to it. So the premise of the build is pretty much power, vitality, condition damage. That's the gear that I have going from head to toe, and I've socketed each piece of gear with a crystal orb. 20 condition damage, 14 power, 14 vitality, giving me a huge boost in life, 27,000. Weapons are 2 pistols. This build is pistol, and the weapons are the same base stats: power, vitality, condition damage. One of the weapons has a superior sigil strength, which gives you might, and this is a might build, so you'll see how that comes into play later. And the other one is superior sigil corruption, which gives you 10 condition damage points for each stack. So maxed out at 250 condition damage. You could easily trade that out for something else, but I decided that it worked for me. As far as the jewelry goes, I have almost all ascended jewelry, but the base stats on it is precision, toughness, vitality, and condition damage. Condition damage being the highest stat. As you can tell, this is a condition damage base build. And if you don't have ascended gear, feel free to go for the, Chrysocolla or Chalum Earrings of Carrion. Same base stats as my armor and whatnot. Power, vitality, condition damage. All right, so moving on to the traits. The traits is what makes or breaks this build, much like any other engineer build. So very important, speedy kits in world versus world. You have to be able to either catch or get away from your opponents. Those without speed are left in the dust. So with the speedy kits, you'll have permanent swiftness. You can maintain swiftness on you 24/7, and that's very important, either to allow you to get away from enemies that are getting ready to kill you, or chase down enemies that are trying to run away from you. Alright, so moving along, the single most important piece of the build is HGH under the alchemy, giving you 20 seconds of might for each elixir, and this is what makes you, will make you feared by your opponents. You can get up to 14-15 stacks of might with HGH, provided you will work this build right. Okay, you got energy conservation matrix, 1 extra damage for each boon you have. Not too much of a big one, but fast acting elixir, very important. Obviously everything you have is an elixir with the exception of supply crates, so you want those to come back to you as soon as possible so you can build the stacks of mites and the condition damage. So transmute, of course, 8% chance to convert incoming damage into boons. Not that much big of a boon, but it comes with it. So a blood injection, 5% of vitality, and as you can see I got 27,000, is converted into condition damage. Very big, adds a lot of condition damage to your build. And then hidden flask, you'll drink Elixir B at 75% health. Very important, because you can kind of double tap as soon as somebody drops life below 75%. Elixir B is taken in, and you have Elixir B that you can initiate on your own. So adds to the might. Very important part of the build. All right, so under firearms, hair trigger. This is a pistol, no flames, no grenades. So you're gonna need your pistol skills, or your weapon skills, should I say, to come back to you as fast as possible. You got sharpshooter, 30% chance to cause bleeding for 3 seconds on critical hit. Not that big part, but any more, any chance that you have in doing more condition damage, you kind of want to take it. And of course, this will increase your precision and your condition damage by 100 points. So moving on to explosives, enhanced performance, huge piece, not as big as HGH, but every time you heal yourself, you will gain 3 stacks of might. So if I were to drink Elixir H right now, it would give me probably like 5 stacks. And so I'll just go ahead and hit it right now. Alright, and as you can see, 5 stacks of might just from healing yourself. And then reserve mines, release the number of mines when your health is below 25%. Not too big, but I'll take it either way. And then I got incendiary powder, 100% chance to inflict burning for 4 seconds on a critical hit. Of course, just like the other stats, any chance you have, any opportunity you have to do critical damage you want to take it. So pretty big. It's pretty nice. Not big, but I'll just say nice. And so here's the ins and outs of the build. It's pretty much how it works. When you're in world versus world and you're just kind of roaming around looking for your next target, you want to switch over to medkit. And when you switch over to it, as you can see, just by switching to it, you gain 3 stacks of might and you gain swiftness. Then you want to hit your drop stimulant, which will give you even more swiftness. And if you time it right, if you switch over, as you can see now I have 6 stacks of might and I even gain some more swiftness. So with this switching back and forth, you can keep swiftness on you permanently. That means you never ever run out without ever having using Elixir B or anything else. So as you can see, switch over, hit my drop stimulant, and this allows me to chase down my foes. I've outrun or outpaced thieves with this switching back and forth between between my med kit and switching back to my pistols. Now another important piece is, in a fight, if you know you're about to run into a fight, you're going to want to switch over to Elixir H. And then continue, start the fight, beat your opponent, and then when you're roaming and hunting, you want to switch over to medkit. Important thing to remember: bandage self, the F1 skill associated with the medkit, won't give you swiftness and it won't give you might. So as you can see, I just hit right there, and I didn't get any stats. But switching over to the medkit, 3 stacks of might and the swiftness. So that's pretty much the basic piece of it. Another part is when you're in a fight, you want to constantly be drinking Elixir B and tossing Elixir B. Those should always be on cooldown, because the second they're available, you just want to hit it. Another important piece is there's only really 3 Elixir skills you want to save for the right moment. That's Elixir S, toss Elixir S, and toss Elixir R. Everything else, when you're in the middle of a fight, you can pretty much, you just need to spam it. And then, you want to use Elixir S and toss Elixir S for those finishing moments. And when you know you're about to die, you can self-revive by just tossing Elixir R on the ground. And this is a pretty big part of the build, in the fact that when you toss Elixir S on the ground and you start fighting people, a lot of them don't know what it is. So it really throws them off. You'll just pop right back up, and then just popping back up just throws off your opponents. It's almost like you can see what's going on the other side of the keyboard, and then you finish them off. I can't tell you how many times I have come back from a down state with my tossed Elixir R, and just came back and just killed him and killed my opponent. So it's just always be ready to toss it when you see your life getting down to the bottom, like right there. Just toss that Elixir R on the ground, self-revive, and finish the fight. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some videos of me in action with this build. Alright guys, so here it is. As you can see, I'm chasing down this Guardian. Little did I know, at the top of this hill there would be another Guardian there, but anyway, so I first started off by just blasting him. You see, I'd already hit my Elixir B cooldown. I'm just tearing him up. As you can see, his life is close to half, and mine hasn't even been touched yet. So my Elixir B finished off the cooldown. I hit it. I just started going through my sequence of fire, and just started lacing him with poison damage. By that time, his buddy jumped in. They froze me, and then I dropped supply crate right on his head. That was enough to kill him. And then as I get ready to finish him, I hit Elixir S, shrink down, boom, finish him off. Now it's just me and his buddy. I was targeting the wrong guy. Took me a second to kind of catch up to it, but as you see now, I'm targeting the right person. I don't think he's a Guardian. It's probably a warrior of some sort. So anyway, I'm giving him much the same treatment. You can see most of my elixirs are on a cooldown, and then he was no match for me either. So I went to go finish him. I didn't have any of my either Elixir S or my toss Elixir S, but little did I know there was another one coming. So I hadn't even finished recovering from the fight, but this warrior decided that he wanted a piece of me. Thought it'd be easy. He did a smart move here. You see, he almost knocked him over the edge, but I was just outside of the range, so I just started fighting him much the same. Just like I said, I just started using all of my elixirs and my toss elixirs. As you can see, he started hitting me with a series of combos. I just shrunk down as a great way to avoid an enemy's large attacks. It really frustrates him and throws him off. A lot of people don't even know what that means when you shrink. So anyway, I'm chasing him down. He's almost next to nothing in life. I'm thinking I'm getting to a point where I can finish this individual. You won't believe what he does. So looks like he just jumps right off the little hill here. Now, of course, I want to make sure that he was gone. So I jumped down. In the process, almost died myself. But he turned out to be just another veil. Here comes the second part. I believe it was the axe band. It was trying to raid one of our structures. I decided that I didn't want to get into the middle of the fight. I kind of like standing on the outside waiting for one or two stragglers to kind of come out there. One of the tricks that I like to do is I'll just attack like a veteran guard or a veteran scout, and what that typically does is that'll attract like thieves, maybe mesmers, people that can kind of stealth themselves. So what I was doing right here was 100% intentional. I was just kind of shooting at him a little bit. I wasn't trying to kill him. All I wanted to do was just attract like a lone thief or perhaps a lone mesmer, maybe an elementalist, because those are the guys who tend to be a little bit on the cocky side with their ability to get away, from a fight, even if they wind up biting off more than they can chew. And you won't believe what happened. As I was attacking this veteran guard, a thief just popped up. I don't know. I think he'll start hitting me. See, there he goes right there. Now I immediately hit Elixir S, just so I can kind of refocus and actually target him. Now the thief has no idea what he jumped into. The thief is also accompanied by a guardian. As you can see, he's right in the background. I drop supply crate. That's one of my favorite moves. I kind of like to let the opponent think that I'm running away, but I'm really facing him, and I'll just drop supply crate right on his head. So he uses Shadow Refuge. I turn my attention towards the guardian. Now he winds up responding with that shield or whatever, that wall. I know it either reflects damage or it just blocks it all. So I decided just to not even focus on him and turn my attention towards the thief. The thief's life just drops dramatically, and you can see the guardian. I mean, he's down in a matter of seconds. So I go to finish him off. Of course, I'm going to use Drink Elixir S. Make sure I get that finish move. Now it's just me and the thief. I think the thief kind of has an understanding that maybe he bit off more than he can chew. So I start going through my normal sequence of fire. I normally hit my 3, then my 2, then I'll try to glue him, and then I'll hit him with my little flame skill right there. Now he used Shadow Refuge, so that let me know that he was in trouble. I knew he was going to run in that direction because that's where all my friendlies were. So I had a strong hunch that he was going to run in that direction over there, basically where it was clear. So I started moving out in that direction. As you can see, I still have swiftness on me. And one thing, I'm waiting for the cooldown to happen so I can switch to my med kit. But the thief is, he's doing his best to try to run away from me. I was hoping by tossing Elixir S, I would cloak and he would think I wasn't chasing him. But he was smarter than that. He just kept on moving in a direction away from me. But it's clear in his mind that he is no match for this build. So he accidentally made a mistake and he leaped towards me. And as you can see, within a few seconds, I had already dropped his life to nearly half. The thief is just on the run. He's pretty much just terrified of me. He's waiting for for him to get out of combat so he can probably take a waypoint back to the castle or his tower or whatever. But as you can see, the importance of swiftness, it's tremendous. Without it, your opponents will just leave you. So if I didn't have swiftness, I wouldn't even been close to catching him. So he drops his Shadow Refuge. I had a hunch that he was just gonna kind of jump across the way, so I kind of leaped what I thought was after him. But it became pretty clear that the thief had managed to elude me. Maybe went down to that little ravine or hole down there or whatever, but never found him. But it was pretty clear that his build, which is more than likely Berserker, almost all thieves go Berserker, was no match for the Elixir build. So that's it.